Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Gail Talk. I'm happy to see you all here. Um, so, I just streamed there on X, so I'm going to put up some links because I didn't need the followers. I just need to get more followers on Rumble before I start doing that. And then obviously more on YouTube because they need a lot more on there, but know that I'll eventually get to that. So I'm excited and looking forward to that. Um, I'm going to make sure that I write down because I'm only on my phone. I don't have everything with me. I've got a couple of followers there on Rumble that I just want to thank for following because that's pretty awesome. I do it on the phone right now, but I'm not 100% sure if it'll work on here. So, but I'll get it written down and because I appreciate that anyone's deciding to follow this channel, and I'm excited to just chatting about what's going on in the world. Um, Honestly, I'm feeling terrible for everyone down in the States right now who has to deal with the storm that just happened. We felt a little bit of storm here in Canada, but obviously not very much in consideration to what I'm seeing out there. Like when I was out in BC and I did a lot of camping on the back roads, like where they have cut blocks and everything, where the logging roads are. I was definitely scared of not being able to make it all the way out there. But like if not making it out there, sorry. Making it out there was usually fine. It was like if I'm staying there for a few days and a storm happened or something, it makes you worry about like if your road is gonna get washed off, like washed out, and how you're gonna even get back. But seeing the videos of the States right now and seeing how they have to deal without having roads, that was like my fear of not making it back to town because the supplies that you need, fresh water, all that, like it makes me want to prepare a lot more for the future. And because I love going deep into the woods and doing and camping and taking an RV out there, or if I have a really nice truck, taking a camper out there. It's definitely really, really fun to do. But knowing that at any point, like you could lose one of those roads in a way back makes me want, I'll definitely be preparing more, especially since these storms seem to be getting worse all over the place. So I want to be more prepared, but I don't want to stop what I'm doing because it's a lot of fun going out there. Definitely promote people to go camping out in Alberta or British Columbia. British Columbia was probably the best for it. Honestly, it in the years back that I realized like when I had my first child, I realized, oh my gosh, like rent is so much money. And I'm also having to pay for utilities on top of that. I'm having to make sure that the place I'm renting is even healthy enough by my standards. Like I think that my standards are pretty good. They used to be terrible, honestly, when it was only myself, when I was only caring about myself. Some of the places I lived in, I would not have my family there now. So realizing that when you start to have a family, oh my gosh, I can't have them in this place because there's mold growing in the walls, or there's like an electric unit underneath the sink where the sink is leaking, like, and sewage coming up through pipes, and you're paying like, I was paying like, this was years back, but I was paying like 1,200 plus utilities for a 1 bedroom apartment. That's in Canadian, but yeah, it was just way too much money for just a 1 bedroom apartment that is having so many problems, and you're trying to talk to your landlords about fixing things and no one gets on it. Like I moved into a place right after having a baby and they tarred the roof, and that was just ridiculous because I'm like, I can't even live in this place for, it was a month. They and there's nothing you can do. Like the smell was way too strong, and I'm not having like chemicals and stuff around a newborn baby. It was just very inconsiderate because they did know at the time that that's what was happening. But I guess when people aren't living in these places, they don't think about that themselves. But I've learned a lot over the years. So my mission now is to get to a point where I can have just a space to myself, because I know I care about myself and my family, and I'm going to make it the best I possibly can. And renting from people, you don't really get that feeling, and you don't get the feeling of stability where you're like, I'm not going to have to move at some point, because sometimes people want to up the rent, so they want to get rid of the people that are already in there so they can get someone else in, because rent is not, it's not even 1,200 for one bedroom now. I'm hearing for one bedrooms now it can go up to 1,600 or $2,000, and it's just like most of a paycheck towards that, and then groceries are going up, so that's not very nice. I'm sorry if I am a little illegible right now. I think I got a little bit of shivers today, so I apologize about that. But it's beautiful out. Honestly, I love the place that I get to hang out at, this area. I just saw salmon yesterday heading upriver. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just thinking today, like when I saw the footage of the storm and the people that were allowed to help or not allowed to help, makes me feel very sad, because if I knew my family was out there, I wouldn't care if anyone told me I was allowed to go or not allowed to go. I'd be going to get my family, even people. Like, I wish I was out there just to help clear those roads or something. I don't have lots and lots to offer, but if I could offer something, I would. You know, I think this world needs a lot more of that. I think about like where people went as friends and people being nice to each other. And I realized, where did that all go? Why are people not thinking that way as much anymore? But I think that maybe people are living in harder times now, especially since when we were kids, it was not as hard because you're in school and you don't really realize what the world is like. But then now, now with everything we're going through and the price of everything, I think everyone's gotten to a point of feeling like, I hear it from a lot of the parents. They'll be like, oh, we're in our 30s and our bodies are starting to hurt and we're getting old now. And it's like, we're in our 30s. I don't feel like, I still feel like I'm like in my 20s. I don't feel that way. And maybe it's because I'm keeping that feeling within myself. I'm not giving into the, oh, I'm getting old, because I don't, like, I'm not even halfway through my life, I don't think. So I think people are just feeling that a lot more, and people are drinking every weekend to cope, or they're smoking marijuana to cope too. That seems to be a big thing, and I'm not against any of these things, but when it's as heavily used as it is to cope, then that's sad to me. I don't like seeing everyone go through that. But then it's like you want to be around people, but at the same time, you can't have that negativity around you too, because it's only going to bring you down. You can try and help out and you can try and give your opinion as much as possible. But I start to notice that not everyone wants to hear your opinion too. So you can't really always just plead out to people to understand you. You can kind of give them a little bit, and if they want to change or if they want to do something, then they'll take it and move on to get better. But if not, then at least you know you're tried, but you can't be around it too much, the negativity, and be brought down with it, because so many people that I've been around that have just kind of looked at me and been like, they don't believe in my way of thinking. Like, I would rather live with less things and have like more food. Food is super important. That's how I get through my day. That's how I'm able to do stuff. How would I be able to keep healthy without food, right? So I try to keep in all these things of, I would rather have the bare minimum of things just so I can keep everyone happy and everyone healthy around me. I don't need all these different things. I don't need to be paying for all these different things. Like, look, I just as I'm saying at the beginning of this video, it's beautiful out here. Like, what much more would I need other than this? And the birds that are out today, it's beautiful today, honestly. And people have to maybe live in the moment a little bit more. But it is what it is. And I'm going to try and use my happiness to hopefully make other people happy too, because if we're all pushing a good positive energy out there in the world, I think we'll be making the world a better place. So I'm happy for anyone watching these videos and joining this, and hopefully I'll be able to do some live streams from Rumble soon. I'm just trying to get there on my followers, and then eventually on YouTube I might do a live stream. I just also need to get to the followers there, which is a lot more. But I did today try it out on X and it seemed to go pretty good. Like, I have Starlink and it worked all the way over here by the river, so I'm pretty stoked about that. And I'm looking forward to doing that a lot more, because the live streams mean I can maybe feel like I'm chatting with you guys a little bit more, and that's the whole point, is making a nice conversation and reaching out to the world a bit more, and yeah, and figuring out what you guys want to talk about, because I'm down for some conversation, and I'm trying to think of maybe a music segment I can do with this, adding in a favorite song at the end of the stream or something. But yeah, honestly, the song that's been stuck in my head lately is Zaboomafoo. That's been repeated in my head. The me and you and Zaboomafoo. That's in my head a lot lately. So maybe I'll start to do that at the end of every stream, is just what song is stuck in my head lately. But I hope you're all having a great day, and I look forward to future videos. And yeah, talk to you all soon. Bye.